of them all taking the microphone, so it's time to play Sound Off. This made headlines over a week ago. Here's a refresher. When we did that poll, you know, that survey that we did where we talked to all the different GMs and everybody about quarterbacks, one of them said that Josh Allen is, quote, one of the more overrated players in the NFL, immense talent, but he makes a lot of mistakes. He's underdeveloped at winning at the line of scrimmage, tends to lock onto targets, more of a thrower than precision passer, and forces throws into traffic. So that's what that anonymous person said. Here's what Buffalo's GM Brandon Beane said yesterday.
Why would you think anybody would think that? I mean, I know you can't put yourself in the guy's shoes, but what would lead anybody to believe that he's overrated, given what he's done?
Sal, there's idiots everywhere. It's frustrating. You try to ignore this stuff, but Josh is going into year 7, and there's still the naysayers. I don't get it. To say he's overrated and to point out a flaw here or there it's ignorant.
Okay, so the wings are spicy in Buffalo this morning. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's right. I think I was one of the people before the draft that was cold on Josh Allen. It took a few seasons, but I mean, he's excellent. He's one of the best quarterbacks in football, and I think this team is proving a lot to everyone last year when they were hit with a bunch of injuries and it seemed like their season was over. They won like their last 5 games in a row and I think 6 of the last 7 and had the eventual Super Bowl champs on the ropes in Buffalo against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm not sure what question marks there are to have about Josh Allen. He's not perfect, but no quarterback in football is. And I imagine that unless this was the GM of the Chiefs, whoever this GM was, probably would like to have Josh Allen over the quarterback that he currently has.
Oh, yeah. I would think 27, 28 NFL teams in an honest moment, and maybe more than that, would immediately trade quarterbacks with Josh Allen. What do you make of this whole thing? I mean, D-Wood, I didn't have you when that happened. That was Jeremy Fowler's survey, and that's just one anonymous quote. It doesn't mean that it represents the majority of the league, because I think he finished 3rd in the rankings anyway, so most people recognize how great he is. But what do you think of it, D-Wood?
Really, this is so stupid. Like, are we watching? Is this person watching the same film, same game that I'm watching? Like, Josh Allen is literally a top 3 quarterback. Like, outside of Patrick Mahomes, like every team would probably trade, would swap quarterbacks, outside of the guy in Kansas City. I mean, this is just ridiculous to say that Josh Allen is overrated. And Greeny, we've been on the show numerous times where I've made fuss about the turnovers that Josh Allen commits, but at the end of the day, you're talking about one of the best playmakers that we have in the national. Yeah, I agree with Brandon Beane. It's just ignorant and dumb.
Ignorant and dumb.
And you've been there for a lot of this. You were a columnist in Buffalo. You know that team well. You know that. You also know how he is the unquestioned leader of that. You've told me so many times.
Yeah, and what I love Brandon Beane, because Brandon Beane always says the right thing. He's a pretty chill guy. But for him to say, like, that guy's an idiot, he's right. And what I love about Buffalo is it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about Josh Allen. In there, they always say with J17, we circle the wagons for him. Like, we love this guy. And that's how you want a franchise to get behind their guy. I've never, in 18 years of covering the NFL, can't believe that it's that long, but I've never heard anybody say anything to that degree about Josh Allen. Like, no scout, no GM has ever said this kid is overrated. And I think outside of Burrow and Mahomes, every other team would much rather have Josh Allen.
Well, let's talk about one of those other two. The NFL is unveiling its annual top 100 players list. And at the top of the list is Patrick Mahomes, which of course comes as a surprise to absolutely no one. But when asked about those results, I love this. Bengals receiver Jamar Chase had a Harry Potter type response to the question. Listen to this.
I'm not saying him. I give credit when it's due, but I'm not saying his name.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. I'm not saying his name, brother. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow. I'm not saying that guy's name. He's good. He's amazing. He's good. Not gonna lie. I'm salty, though. I'm a little salty. 2 years in a row.
That is epic. I love it. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
love
Yeah,
that.
because you know why? Patrick Mahomes is a demon. Like if you are playing right now, that man is a certified demon because you can't seem to get past him. Now, the Bengals are the team that has come close. They've knocked them off and they've gone to Super Bowl and all that. But in this era, it seems like Mahomes is the MJ right now, where it's like you have great quarterbacks, good teams that just can't get past him. And I love that Burrow is a guy that in that building, that's why I say, outside of Mahomes and Burrow, I think every other team would want Josh Allen. In Cincinnati, Burrow is that dude. When he is healthy, forget it. He's an assassin.
But Nick, how about that? He won't even say his name.
It's great.
Yeah, if it works for them, if it motivates them, that is fine. I think more than anything, we all appreciate that they have their sights set on them and they see them as peers and rivals, but maybe not quite peers because everybody's comfortable with saying the Bengals name. Everyone's comfortable with saying Joe Burrow's name, as good as he is. But it does suggest what Kimberly's saying is true, is that Patrick Mahomes is turning a lot of these guys into Clyde Drexler and Karl Malone and Patrick Ewing. A lot of guys are going to go to the Hall of Fame without rings because Patrick Mahomes is here.
Yeah, I mean, that we'll see. There's still a lot of time left, but that's obviously one way to look at it. But D. Wood, he's, for those who know Harry Potter, he is he whose name he shall not be named, right? He won't even say Patrick Mahomes' name.
I just love the competitiveness in it. Like, honestly, I want more guys to be like that.
Yeah.
I want more guys to be like that, to be honest with you. Not everybody to be chummy with all the players around the league. So we all know number 15 is a dog. We know that. He recognizes that. And, yeah, we need more of that. Give me that.
One more very quickly that I want you to hear, and you're seeing it on your screen right now. In case you're wondering, who is that person standing there in Cincinnati? That's Joe Burrow. That's his new haircut.
Jay said that if I buzzed it and bleached it, he would do it too. So now everybody's got to hold him accountable because he's got to do it in the next week.
Was there anything else to it? Or was just...
I got bored.
Got bored.
When I'm bored,
Yeah.
I put on a movie. I order some food.
Read
I
a
go
book.
out with some friends. I don't buzz my hair trying to look like Amber Rose. Like, I just don't do those things. I don't know. That's just me. I do something different.
Neek, have you ever been that bored?
I mean, I thought you were going with the Eminem reference, but Amber Rose might be a little bit more accurate. I've never been that bored. During the pandemic, I grew my hair out because I couldn't get to a barbershop. But other than that, I'm pretty conservative.
How about the piano? D. Wood, you got a piano behind you there. He could take up the piano, read a book, play chess. There's a lot of things you can do when you're bored.